We are live. All right. So I'll just share this link with you. Hi, everyone. So, welcome, everyone. We are just waiting for a couple of minutes before we start today's lovely interview on this series, Skillgate series Fashion 3.0.
LinkedIn.
And yes, in just a couple of minutes, we will begin. So I'm just setting up my other device so that I get to see your comments as well, and so that I don't miss out on any of them. Welcome. Thank you for joining. We are in a few seconds now going to start this very interesting discussion today. The guest for today is a very, very renowned international and internationally acclaimed makeup artist. I will just leave it at that because there is so much more than this lady just being a makeup artist. There's so much more, and I'm super excited because I have had the privilege of interacting with her on a lot of earlier opportunities, and I want to know more, about how she has evolved and how she has been the success that she has. So everyone, quickly tag your friends, because this is going to be a super exciting discussion, because it's just not about makeup. There's so much more, and there's so much more to explore as far as these avenues are concerned in the fashion industry. So hello, I can just see. Hello, Gauri Chandrayan ma'am. Thank you so much for joining. And once again, as we begin, good evening and a warm welcome to everyone on this warm, cloudy summer day. And the topic that we are doing this time is all about फैशन, और इसके बारे में जितना बोला जाए उतना कम है, क्योंकि फैशन की डेफिनेशन हर एक के लिए अलग है, लेकिन इसके जो हर एक पहलू है या एवेन्यूज है वो इतने हैं और इतने डिफरेंट है हर एक से, and still they are so beautifully interwoven into each other. So under the series Skillgate, and under our brand Skill Connect Facebook group, we are trying to explore all these avenues which are there for you out there, women, to explore. One, as a passion, two, as a career as well. So, without further ado, once again, I'm going to invite this beautiful guest. And today, viewers, you are with me, Shruti Clarence, India's first Mrs. Universe confident. I have had the privilege of interacting with this lovely lady, Kalyani Umrani. Warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
And uh, यार मैंने तो बहुत बोल लिया कल्याणी जी, अभी we want to hear from you a brief about yourself.
All right. Thank you, Shruti. for inviting me on this forum. It's a pleasure meeting you this way. We've always been meeting in person.
Yes.
Yeah. So, to tell about my journey, I started 25 years back when I just passed my 12th standard. I pursued my commerce from BMCC College, Pune, and it was with the college education I was pursuing my salon education, and I joined my mother in this business. uh, I wanted to be an architect always, or something into interiors and architecture and all, but somehow I was destined to be in this profession. So, as you know, that we were the generation where we used to listen to our parents, wherein ye mat karo, wo karo, and we used to be like, ha, theek hai, okay, we'll listen to you. So it happened that way. And then my journey started when I was just 18. So courses after courses. So what I decided at the beginning of the journey, that even if I'm coming in this profession as beautician and beauty therapy, I will uh, pursue the highermost education in this. So my
Right.
aim was not like चलो एक salon का course कर लिया, वही waxing, facial, makeup, but I saw something which was beyond that. Like for example, जो मैंने international degrees pursue की है, CDESCO है, BAPTAC है. So I did my CDESCO in 1999 when I was just say 20, 21.
Wow.
Yeah, that
And
that way I was lucky to start early. Yeah, you were saying
nice.
something.
Please continue. And I was going to add that tabhi, Sidesco and these terms were rather, just new. If correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes,
At
very
that
new.
time.
So there were no lectures or classes in Pune. We had to do Mumbai Pune, maybe railway से है या bus. So not too many facilities as like आजकल के बच्चों को मिलता है.
Hmm.
And very importantly, Shruti, I want to tell you that we didn't have an option कि आपको hair stylist बनना है, hair dressing में काम करना, you want to be a nail artist, you want to be a makeup artist. No, I used to do mehendi also. You know,
Hmm.
Mehendi is not a part of salon industry, but Indian salon
Correct.
industry it was earlier.
True.
Yeah.
And so can you tell us a little more about like I told you कि Sidesco तभी काफी new था. So ये सारी चीजें you said that yeah you had pre-decided that मुझे इसका highest education करना है. So can you tell us a little bit more brief about what are the certifications that you did, so in that hierarchy form, and so that it gives the viewers more insight as to
Yeah.
what all avenues are available here to skill and upskill themselves.
All right, Shruti. So 1999, I did my Sidesco graduation in beauty therapy and aesthetics, which is the body therapy and facial skin, which includes a lot of advanced machine treatments. Okay. 2002, 2001, I got married. 2002, I did my aromatherapy post graduation Sidesco. Then I continued a lot of learning, like there were courses of L'Oreal, Matrix, then a lot of courses with dermatologist on peels and going more skin in depth. And my study continued. I did courses on acupressure, on Ayurveda, and flower remedies. All holistic therapies.
Awesome.
Uh, 2009, I did Spa Sedesco, which was just introduced that time. By that time, I was having my school since 2001. Our beauty school was started in, full fledged. And a lot of I never stopped learning. So one thing I have to tell you, Shruti, whatever came my way, which helped me to upgrade my skills in business, whether be it the skills of work or whether be it the business skills. So
Hmm.
2010, I did a course called Business Excellence on how to develop your business. 2011, I got a scholarship from Goldman Sachs US in association with ISB and Symbiosis Pune, wherein they took us for a management course. It was completely scholarship course. And
Hmm.
recently, I completed that level 2, which was conducted by ISB Mohali. So we had trainers from all over the world. Yeah,
Wow.
and all such things, help to scale up the business. It's not just knowing the skill; it is lot to know about the business, because being a entrepreneur, like, a sole entrepreneur or an individual one, uh, you can depend on agencies for, the agencies which with which you work, like digital marketing ho gaya, accounting firms ho gaya, your chartered accountants and all. But still, as a business owner, you need to know all the spokes of the wheel. I always say
Absolutely.
that there are like seven spokes of the wheel. Administration है, PR है, marketing है, accounting है, business development है, research है, what all
True.
new things you have to do. So if you're driving that car, you have to know all the seven spokes of the wheel. So
Absolutely.
I keep educating myself on all those things. So if you ask me my education journey, it's still going on. In last lockdown, I learned about digitalization, more about digital marketing, business management, and I did a lot of such courses, which is helping me to grow.
So, I so agree with you when you say that, skilling or learning has to continue,
Yeah,
and definitely as an entrepreneur, much required. And I would say that as a person, and I was just looking up, a quote that I chanced upon, which talks so much about this, and I will say that in a couple of minutes. Uh, but I so agree that life should not stop. The moment you stop learning, I think that's the end of life for me.
yeah,
That's how I take it.
yeah,
I myself in this lockdown am enrolled for a couple of sessions with certain other mentors, and I
true.
think learning just should continue. And it's such a beautiful thought that you have given us, as entrepreneurs or even as career women, to focus on this. um, and yes, I'm getting some very beautiful comments from viewers. Thank you, Gauri Chandrayan ma'am, for joining in. Saravjeet, thank you. And she says learning is a continuous process. And,
Yeah,
definitely we can't agree more than this. It's definitely a continuous process.
true.
um, and very curious to know, Kalyani, you did say that वो जमाने में हमें इतनी choice नहीं होती थी as far as career is concerned, so you just then joined into this segment, right?
Yeah,
Now that you have built up this beautiful, and I've had I've had this opportunity of seeing Kalyani Umrani's setup, and it's on Ferguson College Road. It's a beautifully done up studio and salon. So can you tell us more about your current business, Kalyani?
yeah. So basically, to introduce myself now, as in I own an international institute on Ferguson College Road, Pune, which is Impression International Academy. We also have a salon setup, which is with both of our last 25 years. We recently shifted to a bigger space, 2018 November, and now we are affiliated to the courses like what Cedesco conducts. Cedesco is the topmost degree exam in makeup, beauty therapy, and spa in the world. So there is nobody else, no organization above Cedesco which can challenge to the standards and to the curriculum what Cedesco offers.
Correct.
So I'm working with BWSSC, which is the Beauty Wellness Sector Skill Council by Indian government, as we are on the panel of the jury for India skills and the world skills, and for moderation of few syllabus what government launch under skill. So because this forum is all about skilling and connecting the dots, so that's a very good initiative run by Narendra Modi ji. And so many blue collar jobs and white collar jobs have been connected to the industry, like right from creating people to connecting them to the right source for jobs. So there are a lot of activities which goes on. It's not a typical salon business, typical academy business, but much more than that. So
Wow.
presently, as I said, we have a lot of people doing the international curriculum on with us, and the best part is we have digitalized it, and we are going on lot of digital courses. So it's a offline and online module.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Now, when you are talking so much about the courses and the learning, and just as some of our viewers are also agreeing to the fact that yes, learning is continuous. And I was just adding on to that before this that the quote went, knowledge comes with learning, skills
Yeah.
come with experience, attitude never comes, it's developed. And I can see that attitude in you, Kalyani, from the time you said you have started your journey, because it's always been on that continuous learning and growth path.
Yeah.
And it's so heartening to see that you have created this online segment as far as imparting then that knowledge to the people. So can you tell us a little more about what these courses are that you offer under your brand?
Yeah. So it starts with a basic advanced course, which is like a foundation course. So it goes from right from 3 months, 6 months to 1 year, which creates a foundation for a salon industry course. See, Shruti, what has happened now is uh, people know that मुझे salon शुरू करना है तो मुझे salon का course करना है. Few people are very clear that I just want to be a makeup artist. I just want to be a nail expert. I just want to be a
Correct.
hairstylist. I just want to do hair coloring. I want to be a colorist. So जितने avenues अलग अलग है उतने अलग अलग modules है.
Absolutely.
Okay, the more you dig deep in, the gold mine lies there. And
So true.
just to continue what you said is uh, what I learned from my mentors is there's a golden triangle. So as a teacher, I have to fit into that golden triangle is learn, practice, and then teach.
Awesome.
So when you look at the new people coming in coaching industry right now, Facebook and Google are flooded with online training, right from 99 rupees to 999 also to in lakhs of rupees. But uh, what is the depth in training? There are so many people who have shut down their businesses like salon businesses and they feel that let me go into the training. So it
Mm,
doesn't happen that way. If you're
correct.
not successful running that, you cannot teach that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
So
it's so right.
yeah.
Yes, please continue.
Yeah, so going back to your question, what all courses we offer is
Yes.
it depends on what the student wants to pursue. Like they want to specialize in salon industry, we have the basic advanced course. They want to specialize in makeup industry, we have the Sidesco Media Makeup Diploma, we have the City and Guilds Makeup Diploma. We have a complete offline, like complete online course on salon management and offline course as well. So Sidesco is offering one online course which is 100% online, and we have few international students for that. From they are giving the exams from their own country. They don't have to travel to our academy or to India just to give the exam. So this
Right.
is the best part. And presently, if you ask me what all we are doing and what geographies we are capturing,
Yes.
I think now sky is the limit because of digitalization. We have reached more
Absolutely.
countries, more people than ever before.
So true is that,
Yeah.
and while we are talking about this, you did touch upon the various segments under this category. So for the viewers who are joined in now, welcome to this series which we are doing under Skill Connect, Skillgate Fashion Series 3.0, where we are connecting to a lot of established experts of the fashion industry and getting an insight as to what avenues are open under this industry. We began with doing the entrepreneur's journey in series 1.0. We spoke about therapists and healers in series 2.0. Series 3.0 is dedicated to the fashion industry, and we now here have Kalyani Umrani, who's so beautifully taking us through her journey, and we are looking at the avenues under this industry. Uh, so Kalyani, you did speak about salon management and stuff like that. So just briefly, if you can just tell what are the avenues apart from this also which are open for students,
Yeah.
women or men in this industry.
Yeah. So Shruti, as I said, they first have to check what they like because there are two different things. What do you like and what's your need? So if
Hmm.
your compelling need is to feed your family, so we are not just maybe talking about students, maybe who are just 12th or a commerce grad or a grad student,
Right.
but somebody who is 30, 35, at an age wherein she has to take care of her two kids, she cannot
Mm,
go out and work, and looking for an income, for
true.
family. So first see what is your passion and what is your purpose, because just passion, then that doesn't come under business. You won't be able to earn money that
Mm,
well. I don't believe in the theory as if you have passion you will succeed in that. At some time you have to keep yourself keep going. It
mm,
For 25 years going on strong, it's not easy.
true.
You
True.
are not supposed to go down, go, feel bored, ye kya wahi kar rahe. That's why you have to keep learning, keep exploring. You have to see the hidden gifts of your प्रोफेशन. तो पहले ये जान लो कि ये आपकी नीड है कि मुझे ये करके पैसे कमाने हैं. तो then talk to somebody. Like I have a YouTube channel which is Kalyani Umrani Education. You people can subscribe for that. There are a lot of guiding videos which tell you about what exactly will help you to make money. It is
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of these youngsters come to us saying मुझे makeup अच्छा लगता है. For how many days? When you have to go for a shoot at 4 a.m. or go for a bride at 5
Tell
a.m.
me about it. Yeah.
Yeah, तभी भी आपको उतना अच्छा लगता है क्या?
I know.
Yeah,
So true. And here is where I agree with you when you talked about passion, because that's the key element. आप कोई भी business करे, passion is something that will take you a very long way, and just like Kalyani mentioned earlier, that a lot of businesses have shut down for whatever reasons. However, do look at what your so niche is what we always say. So what
yeah,
is that core competence that you have, and definitely is it aligned with your passion, is something that as a budding entrepreneur or a current entrepreneur, you need to realign these two things, is what I really feel. And
hmm,
when we did speak about core competence, I want to re-highlight for the viewers who have joined and who are watching, uh, is the fact that that's exactly what I really liked, and I was so caught on as far as Kalyani is concerned, because that really builds your credibility in any industry. So the moment you start skilling,
yeah,
learning, and adding on these things to your profile, that's what really drew me to your profile when I saw that list of certifications that you have, and definitely they all show in the kind of work that you do. Can I safely say that that is the USP of your business, or would you want to add on to something as far as your
yeah. I
unique?
would like to add on something what we dwelled upon earlier, wherein you
Right.
said for the youngsters and all. I just want to tell them, whoever are listening to this, maybe youngsters or middle-aged people who want to, they have lost jobs and they're looking for an income, or they want to shift over. This is the right time. They can sustain for 1 or 2 years and they want to shift over. Don't get into that golden trap. That's a very sweet trap. मुझे मेकअप अच्छा लगता है, मुझे सैलून अच्छा लगता है, एंड आई वांट टू कम इनटू दैट. So I just
So,
wanted to complete that. And talking about the USP, USP is in lot of verticals. Shruti, what has happened? You also introduced me as celebrity makeup artist. So that
yeah.
is one part of my work. But for people to understand, you have to give some introduction. You just cannot say she's a salon owner, she's an academy owner,
Right.
she trains
Absolutely.
on salon and spa consultancy. Now, in this 25 years, what has happened? Running the business, running a training academy, it has made me, compelled me to learn so much about every avenue. You ask me about aromatherapy, I'm a postgraduate. You ask me about salon and spa management, I've done my master's from Thailand. Uh,
Wow.
वहाँ पे क्या है, I teach Sidesco students also. Makeup, it's a continuous journey. I still learn. Hairstyling, I still learn. Coloring, I still learn. So USP बहुत है. But if you ask me about the salon USP, the name of the salon is Impression Hair and Beauty Clinic. So we are more focused on clinical based treatment. It's not a menu card based treatment wherein a client will tell, "अच्छा मुझे ये करके दीजिए मेनू कार्ड में देख के." So
Hmm.
there is one way of approach is we tell the client, okay, just check for this. This is good for you. You know, it's not just about that gold facials and platinum facials. I've written a blog on that. It's all gimmicks, and there is nothing called as gold and a platinum facial. Okay, so you can read my blogs on that.
Definitely. Where will we
Yeah,
find the blogs, Kalyani?
on my website,
Okay. Can you say?
impressionbeautyclinic.com. Yeah,
Okay, so impressionbeautyclinic.com.
yeah.
And for the few viewers who have joined in, Kalyani is a renowned internationally certified, sorry, I'm using the word again, makeup artist, but there's a
No
lot more
problem.
to, to the profile than that. And, just like, you were saying, Kalyani, आई सो अग्री विद द फैक्ट बिकॉज मुझे भी मेकअप अच्छा लगता था मैंने भी मेकअप आर्टिस्ट वाला कोर्स कर रखा है I
Mm,
think this was about 15 years ago. And from a very renowned, academy as well. But वो वाला ज़माना ऐसे था जब that was the only thing that probably we knew, you know.
mm,
And having said that, here is where I so identify with you because it didn't stop there. I felt that no, there's something more that I want to add on. And the moment I got that niche clarity and realized what the passion is, so then this just became like one added on, facet to the entire thing. So yes,
yeah,
I do know. I'm a certified makeup artist. However, now it's not a profession as a whole, but it does
yeah.
help me when I'm doing my grooming sessions for my students as well.
Yeah, help somewhere. Like it's not a
Correct.
waste. But if you plan to encash that as a career, then you will have to dig deep on
Correct.
how to grow on your social media, creating portfolios, creating contacts. So this is what, Shruti, I want to insist again and again for people who look for this as a very glamour and a very rosy picture. There's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of this profession is very demanding on body also. Like if you are ready to stand for hours together, if you are ready to lift those heavy bags, if you are ready to travel, if you are ready to wake up at any given time. Like I remember we used to do shows like 1:30 in the night, some pageant, uh, all pageants are in December and Jan. So 1:32 p.m. I reach home, I drop all my girls, and I reach home at 2 o'clock, and 4 o'clock I have a bride. So I'm like, okay, एक घंटा है सोने के लिए.
क्या बात है
So
यार.
wake up at 3 o'clock, have bath, reach at the bride's place at 4 o'clock, finish the makeup. Because for Maharashtrian weddings, sometimes if yeah, South
Yes.
Indian weddings, if the wedding is at 6 o'clock, the bride has
Correct.
to start getting the makeup done at 4. So you cannot say nahi meri neend nahi hui hai, and I cannot do that. You will have to build up that stamina, that mental stamina and the physical stamina as a whole.
So true, Kalyani. And as models and pageant winners, हमें बड़ा अच्छा लगता है बस वो चेयर पे बैठे और वो मेकअप कराए. But I always feel for the person who is doing that makeup,
Yeah,
for us because we are the ones sitting. Yeah, you guys are standing for hours together until the entire shoot or the process
yeah.
is complete. So while we are talking about this, can you also highlight this, few challenges that you came across, and then how did you overcome and bring impressions salon the way it is today?
Okay. Challenges were a lot because I landed into this profession with a financial challenge for family. So that was the biggest drive because they always say for your passion and for your profession, you need a emotional drive. Okay, it just cannot
Right.
be mujhe kuch banna hai. There has to be a emotional drive, a thrust, to go ahead. So finance, taking care of the family was one biggest challenge that time. And it's so what you can say, the rewards what you get once you start seeing the benefits of so many people acknowledging you, and you getting so much of fame, because that time 25 years back itne salons bhi nahi the, itna competition bhi nahi tha.
Correct.
And that's very rewarding, and that's very motivating कि और करना है, और करना है, और सीखना है. And the best and worst part what Shruti it was, लोगों को ऐसे लगता था अच्छा पार्लर है तुम्हारा, ब्यूटी पार्लर, दैट टिपिकल टर्म. सो ब्यूटी पार्लर है तो कितने सारे लोगों का पार्लर है. दैट टाइम इट वाज नॉट अ वेरी रिस्पेक्टफुल बिजनेस.
Absolutely. I'm
So
aware.
what keeps me going, as you said, the thrust was no, no, this is not this much, and one day I'll prove you wrong. Okay, this is not a
Correct.
typical salon business, but this is something more than that. And then we came into education, and we are building so many careers. My student owns so many good salons. They are, placed at on cruise internationally. They give employment to other ladies and men, and it's a very fulfilling journey to see your students grow.
Oh, absolutely. It's such a lovely feeling because that's what I get when my students shine on that international
Yeah,
or national platform on a ramp. So
yeah,
that's really, as you said, and somewhere, Kalyani, I read, having to speak about challenges, is that you started on 100 square feet kind of a setup.
yeah.
And, I have been to your setup, uh, the current setup at Ferguson College Road. So how was that journey? We would really love to be inspired to hear that.
Yeah. So it was a journey. It was not like jumping, okay, 100 ho gaya, fir itna ho gaya. Every time there were a lot of hurdles, but small baby steps were taken. So that was when, my mom and me started in, if you are from Pune, and if you
Hmm.
know that VADA system, वो
Oh,
मट्टी का वाड़ा रहता था, या सो
okay.
वहां पे हम लोगों ने शुरू किया, क्योंकि हमारा एक ओल्ड घर वहां पे था. सो वी यूज्ड टू
Right.
स्टे समवेयर इन अ अपार्टमेंट, एंड वी स्टार्टेड देयर बिकॉज वो नीचे था, एंड एक्सेसिबिलिटी अच्छी थी.
Hmm.
From there, when I was there 99, I did my Sidesco. So people will think Sidesco and all. मैंने थोड़ा सा, because see, I've also read it somewhere that your environment is more important than your will or your willpower. But environment ऐसे कुछ भी नहीं था कि बहुत motivating था. It was very
Correct.
simple families around. I come from a very humble background, but only the motivation was to succeed in life.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. And I have seen, like I said, the way impressions is right now. What are your plans for the future as far as this is concerned, your current business is concerned?
plans a lot, like on scaling up. We are growing digitally quite a lot. Thanks to this digital platform, thanks to the last year lockdown, the business was
Absolutely.
closed, but it gave me an opportunity to learn so much about digitalization and putting up the courses online. So we are
True.
currently focusing on that, and there are a lot of other plans you'll gradually come to know as and when we achieve that as a team, or as an organization.
How nice, and we are so looking forward to it,
Yeah,
definitely, because I keep following all your posts, and there's so much to learn as well from you and the kind of work that you
yeah.
do. And while we're speaking of this, Kalyani, you said your mom, has been in this, and you joined her and you took over. Um, as a woman, we all know that it's all the more challenging to do something like this, and the kind of resentment or stuff like that we face at a particular time.
Right.
How do you balance both work and home?
Yeah, actually I got married also very early when I was just 23, 2001.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
So it is not easy at all, as it is not easy for everybody. It's not easy for me also. It's a tightrope walk every day. But I think, Shruti, I'm blessed with a very supporting family. My mom and dad has been always supportive to take care of my son till he was till in 10th, so we stay very close by, and I had a big support wherein I can depend on my parents. And second most important pillar is my husband. So whoever are listening to this, maybe the males who are listening to this interview, I think they have to support uh, their spouses, like the wife, because there's a lot of things on platter for us. As you said, घर का भी देखना है, cooking भी देखना है. We cannot delegate loving your family. We cannot delegate taking care of kids. ये सब करते हुए भी you have to. So it's always, I'm always on a ride. It's not that easy. So last lockdown, I was the happiest person in the world. Okay, we used to play board games and watch movies together and all. So it was
Welcome
like,
to Quarters.
yeah, it was like a nice family get together every day in the family, three of us.
Right, right.
But I'll tell you one thing, Shruti. Even if before that I was always on the run, I never miss going out with friends. I love attending concerts. I'm not into spirituality. I do my yearly spiritual retreats. I travel abroad. Then we as a family, जैसे सब लोग करते हैं, movies जाना. So I'm not like a workaholic कि बस काम काम काम. So I balance
Mm.
that well because there's a lot of delegation in my work. I am not a typical woman who will micromanage small, petty issues, and it's delegated. Otherwise, so if we have to see the main mantra of success or USPs, delegate and don't micromanage.
I agree so very much to this, Kalyani, because majorly since we are speaking today to a group of women, entrepreneurs, we have this very कैसे भी कहो यार, गुड हैबिट बोलो, बैड हैबिट बोलो, बट सारी चीजें ना हमको ही करनी होती है. सो
Yeah,
हमें A to Z सारी चीजें करनी होती है. ना इससे क्या
yeah,
होता है, प्रेशर हम पे ही बिल्ड होता है. Now when you learn to delegate, ये तो first you're breaking out of that comfort zone and delegating, and
yeah,
then when you delegate you want to micromanage also. So this is a very good takeaway, Kalyani, where
yeah,
we should learn to let go a little, so
yeah,
that then we can focus on the things that are much required. And because this group that we are now talking about is so much about skill connecting the dots, skilling
yeah,
or upskilling yourself, that we need to sort of safeguard or take out that time for ourselves,
yeah,
for self growth. And we can see that in your journey, and because of that, I can very safely say that is where you've reached today. And while we are talking about this, um, uh, what is your definition of fashion, uh, Kalyani? So when we say fashion as an industry, we know that it's a very broad
broad
spectrum.
term, yeah.
Yeah. So according to you, what would you want to tell the viewers?
According to me, fashion is something which makes you comfortable when you're carrying either that makeup or that outfit or that hair. So
Absolutely.
for Shruti, fashion could be wearing an oxidized neck piece on a simple black top. For me, it could be on a Lucknowi kurta, white Lucknowi kurta wearing. So both are fashion. If you talk the typical fashion definition, but I would like to point out over here one thing. We as we, not you, you are also always a professional model and into that glamour industry, but as a makeup artist, as a salon owner, we are not models. So the world should not expect us to always to be crink and uh, like a model, like a tip top model, because we work behind the scenes and it's
Correct.
too tiring, too taxing. If you see me working for fashion shoots and for brides, I'm in my sneakers, jeans, and comfortable kurta or a t-shirt or something.
I've seen that
So
because you need to
I
stand for
cannot
that.
wear a silhouette and stand for makeup for 8 hours.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
sometimes we don't get time to eat. So when are we going to get time for the makeup touch-ups and all that? Still
Correct.
being presentable, I think hygiene plays a very important role in my fashion statement. Yeah. So with like, clean skin and clean hair, clean nails, this is what is, I think, fashion and beauty for me. How clean and how subtle you are in presenting. Somehow you will not find me, very loud in makeup and all anytime.
Right,
How many
right.
times we have interacted?
Yeah, of
I
course,
don't know
I
if you
remember
know
that. And at all times, the interaction has been so lovely. And your definition is so, is so apt because Harik, and I say that, I've said that in the previous session as well, कि फैशन का डेफिनेशन हर एक के लिए अलग होता है, हो सकता है,
absolutely.
अब भी है, और होना भी चाहिए, because the moment you start doing what someone else is doing, then you're trying to follow a fad, you know,
Yeah.
and they don't really last for a long time. It may not be your style. So do something that, as an image coach, I say that often, is that
Mm,
fashion should be something that identifies with your own personal style, and just
true.
like Kalyani, you said that for you, it would have been wearing this neck piece probably on a Lucknowi kurta,
Could be.
so
Yeah.
that, that in itself, so viewers, you can see how vast this entire spectrum of fashion is. And there's no right or wrong, and this is what I would
Yeah.
really think about. So, uh, we've had these lovely, lovely insights from you, Kalyani. Is there anything more that you would want to add before I have a parting couple of questions for you?
Okay.
But
So before
yes,
like we go ahead, I think this forum is right for the skill. Like as you said, the
yes,
main
yes,
intention is the demand and the supply.
absolutely.
So yeah, so what people feel is salon industry बहुत बड़ी हो गई है और बहुत लोग salon का काम कर रहे हैं तो उसमें competition है. I won't be able to survive. Yeah, I should not enter that.
Hmm.
But ऐसे नहीं है. The game is higher. The higher you go in this or any field, the
Hmm.
more trained you are, the more educated you are, the more sophisticated, the more polished you are, the money and the business game is at the higher level. So don't feel कि salon industry मतलब stagnation आ गया है, salon industry मतलब बहुत salons हो गए मैं ये नहीं कर पाऊंगी. It's not like that. There are different avenues, which new things which I would like to tell Shruti is uh, as I said, this is too much taxing on the body for people. So ladies at the age of 40, 45 give up their salons because they start with some neck pain or some spondylitis issue or leg pain, arthritis, varicose veins. So there are so many physical issues which ladies face because it's a standing. As I said, it's very taxing on body. So all those chunk of people with experience can shift over to the management.
Hmm.
There are
Interesting.
so many openings for salon managers in good salons.
Yes.
So if you can't stand and work with good experience of 10-15 years, आप एक management का course करके you can always work for a salon. So you neither go away from the profession because you love that profession. People will hire you because you know the ins and outs of handling the cash, handling people, handling the stock or whatever. So that's a very, very hidden, job opportunity which a lot of people are not seeing.
Very true. Very
Yeah,
true. And all this, I would say, goes back to the fact that you need to sort of feel the pulse, identify the things as you go along, SNAK, stay stagnant over certain
yeah,
things, and keep skilling yourself, as the time and the situation would demand. So keep adding on to your knowledge base.
true,
And that's what I think is exactly what, and I would agree with what you just said. And you've so beautifully highlighted under this series of fashion 3.0, where we are talking about the fashion industry, and the kind of segments that are available for women and for people in general to explore. and either make it their career or make it their second career, because I know certain people who also have this as a second career. So in case people want to toy with this option, is there something that you can tell them, through your experience, how this can be done?
As a second source of income?
Yes.
Yes. So my first request would be, don't immediately jump leaving your earlier business or job.
Mm-hmm.
It will take a toll on you, थोड़ा सा taxing होगा, but while you are having your fixed job or fixed source of income, try to learn some new skills, maybe beauty industry के है, spa industry के है. Shruti, people feel salon industry matlab only that salon things, but there are a lot of options like freelancers going home and giving aromatherapy, body
Correct.
massages, and you can be a freelancer, makeup artist with agencies and all. There's so many avenues. So first meet somebody. You can always contact us if in case you want to know more about what avenues will work for you. We are there to guide you. And don't, as I said, don't shift the tracks immediately. You'll have to run on two tracks. Once you feel that, okay, for 3 months, 4 months, sustainable income is there from the second stream, then you can either let go the earlier one or you can delegate without stopping the earlier income. But if you want to upscale and grow, I think one source of income won't help. You need multiple source of income if you want to really, uh, you know, uh, earn good money. It's not going to be just one stream or one business which
Correct.
you should be dependent.
Correct. And together with this, Kalyani, is there anything more that you want to leave with budding entrepreneurs? Any takeaway?
Very important takeaway, Shruti, is just don't go behind, the fascination of those Instagram reels and the glamour what this social media show you as, makeup artist, and the makeup artist earning 20-25,000 after one order. It takes a lot of time, a lot of market penetration to reach that scale.
Correct.
So we have students coming in, the initial thing what you ask them is like, no, I want to do a makeup artist course. Matlab, they are like shut. They don't want to listen to any other thing.
Correct.
Then sometimes when I get an idea, either the husband is with them or the parents are with them, and they make certain faces in front of us saying, "Ki isko please samjhao," because it comes with a lot of investment.
Yep.
Makeup and hair comes with a lot of investment, right from your fees to your kit. So
True.
why I'm giving the example of makeup is, it is too hyped right now. Makeup industry is too hyped right now. So then we have to tell them, are you looking for a sustained income, 365 days? Then if
Mm-hmm.
they say yes, because my husband's job is just, he has lost job or he's
Right.
into new business, I have to support the family. Then just doing makeup, yeah, just doing nail, just doing hair, just doing a body massage or aromatherapist, it won't help you because it's not a 365 days
Mm-hmm.
business. So you will have to look for something which is, have a market, like as you said, demand and supply for all
Mm-hmm.
365 days.
Absolutely. I mean, such a insightful thing, actually, Kalyani, and that exactly and precisely is, why Skill Connect actually happened, is to connect this, uh,
Yeah.
supply to the demand, like you so rightly said.
Right.
And having said this, going forward, this is the avenue where under Skill Connect, we would shortly be moving under MSME programs. And here is where I think somewhere वो जो बहुत सारी questions थे in the minds of women कि भाई
Hmm.
कोर्स किया है, and I'm sure that these questions must be coming to you. कोर्स
Yeah.
किया है, इन्वेस्टमेंट बड़ी है, मुझे सैलून भी सेट करना है, मुझे ये करना है, वो करना है, and how is that going to be possible? So
Hmm.
that is the answer that Skill Connect has brought forward through our flagship initiative, which is coming very very soon. And I think people should stay tuned to that, because ये सारे questions जो उनके as far as skilling is concerned, where it be entrepreneurship skilling or it be employability skills, skilling, and
Mm.
together with setting things up, helping women to understand under government segments, what are the benefits that they can avail of. So that is typically what under this is going to happen. And we are so blessed, Kalyani, to have a personality like you on this forum, because we too believe, and I think here is where we align, when we are so focused with the fact that skilling
Yeah.
is so, so important. So uh, we are really blessed, like I said, to have you online, Kalyani.
Thank you.
And we are looking forward to perhaps, in the near future, we would
Sure.
love to have some more insights from you. And if you could please repeat once again your website and your YouTube, where people could, reach out to you. I will, of course, post it in the comments thread under this post.
Yeah. My YouTube is Kalyani Umrani Education, and there are a lot of videos on the students' testimonials and videos on skincare, hair care, spa, awareness about coloring, and so many aspects related to salon industry plus the career aspects. And my Instagram handle is Kalyani underscore Umrani. And I'll be coming up with a lot of live in this month. And you can watch the earlier live sessions on the IGTV with a lot of celebrity artists all over India. And this also, the coming season is also really good. You can look forward. Facebook page is Impression Hair and Beauty Clinic by Kalyani Umrani. You can follow that. And Shruti, I would just like to add, and before we end this,
Yes,
uh,
sure.
people when they come for courses they are like मुझे एक कोर्स बताओ, वन कोर्स आई डू एंड बस मुझे उसके आगे सीखना नहीं पड़ेगा. सो आई
Oops.
एम लाइक मुझे भी ऐसे कोई एक कोर्स बताओ जो एक बार मैंने कर दिया और मुझे कुछ सीखना नहीं पड़ेगा. सो द फर्स्ट
I'm
बिगेस्ट टेक अवे एवरीबडी हु इज लिसनिंग टू दिस लाइफ कैन बी द लर्निंग नेवर स्टॉप्स.
so true.
Yeah. So if you feel you are skilled, there is something to learn and upscale. The moment you learn that, you feel मुझे ये भी सीखना है. So the
Correct.
journey goes on till you're alive.
करेक्ट एंड एक क्या कहते हैं, लर्निंग शुड बी एक लत होनी चाहिए, एक एडिक्शन होना चाहिए,
Yeah, yeah,
कि बस मैंने ये किया तो नहीं यार, इतने से मेरा क्या होगा,
yeah.
इससे आगे भी और चाहिए. सो इतने से मेरा क्या होगा, मेरा भी कोक खत्म हो रहा है. So I am going to go and share this cup of Coke after this session. We can have a lovely chat. I'm so looking forward to that. And for
Definitely.
the viewers who have joined here, thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, do leave them here. We are, um, I have a last, probably a question left for Kalyani. And until then, you can leave your questions here. I would love to take that. There's a I can't see the name of the person commenting, but yes, it's a very nice session, is what she is saying. So thank you so much,
Thank you.
viewers. And if you have any question as far as what is how you could, or what is it that you want to know more as far as makeup or this segment of the fashion industry is concerned, no one better than Kalyani to answer this question. So aapke questions turant likhiye, and I'll just wait for a couple of more seconds. And before we close this entire session, Kalyani, um, लॉकडाउन ये जो अभी एक्सटेंड होते ही जा रहा है, what is it that you can advise to the various segments जो इस लॉकडाउन में affected है? It could be in the fashion industry or outside of the fashion industry.
My suggestion and what I am following, I'll share that. What this lockdown and COVID times have taught us is there is a life beyond the life what we have already lived and we are living. So search for that. And
Hmm.
that won't be search if you keep surfing on internet endlessly, watching, the Facebook scrolls and the WhatsApp. So I think it's a good time to learn. It's a good time to read books. If you don't like reading, there are a lot of audio books, self-help books
Yes.
on YouTube. Don't endlessly watch those news. There is a
It's
thing called a circle of concern and circle of influence. So our circle of concern is always bigger, as Stephen Covey says, like Bengal में क्या हो रहा है, ममता का क्या हुआ, what Kangana Ranaut said, it's what IPL का score क्या है. It's not going to help us in any ways. They are going to earn crores. The politics is going to go on. The news have to, flash and show what gives them TRP. What is your circle of influence? What is your life? What is your health goal? What is your financial goal?
correct.
How are you utilizing your 24 hours given to you? I think we have to focus more on that. There is too much of defocusing because of social media. uh, I'm also there on Instagram and Facebook, and if you have seen me majorly, I post about business and work. Hardly I post about family or something. Only yesterday I
True.
posted about how my mom recovered from COVID, because just to spread some positivity and cheer that COVID is treatable.
Absolutely.
So don't
Absolutely.
just keep forwarding those forwards and all. uh, just make sure you are reading and you're watching something informative which is going to help you tomorrow once this. And I really wonder, Shruti, people are saying कितना time waste हो रहा है. हम घर में हैं, अभी कुछ काम कर सकते हैं. When you put them in office and when you give them work, they are like, I'm missing home.
Yeah.
मतलब वो बोलते हैं ना, दुखी आत्मा. उनको घर में भी दुखी है, काम में भी दुखी है. So they are like
Absolutely.
दुखी दुखी anywhere. Even if you
Correct.
give them vacation, they are dukhi. So first find out what makes you sukhi. Your self
Correct.
growth and some, achievements. If they're going to give you a good kick to live life, I think focus more on that. Delete unwanted apps. Delete that Twitter. If you are not an influential person like, Narendra Modi or somebody, delete that Twitter
Mm.
account. Just have one Instagram account for, you can surf for 5-10 minutes morning and evening. That's it. So
True.
my request to everybody is, please don't garbage that. It's GIGO, like garbage in, garbage out. So we can say that good in, good out. We can
How
replace it
to
too.
replace it with that.
Yeah.
So true, and that's the best takeaway, that we could have had. And, I too believe that, an investment in knowledge is the best, and it pays far more interest than anything else. And
True.
while we do have the positives of these digital media, हम भी digital media की वजह से connected है, तो इसको हम अपने नॉलेज बढ़ाने के लिए या अपना
Yeah.
नॉलेज शेयर करने के लिए, बांटने के लिए किस बेस्ट तरीके से यूज कर सकते हैं, इज व्हाट ईच वन शुड सी. एंड
Shruti, what I read the other day, Warren Buffett and Bill Gates read 7 to 8 books in a week. And I was like, I should slap myself. I don't even read one complete book in a week. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, after achieving so much of wealth, they still read so much.
wow,
And what are we doing? So,
what are
I
we?
think we have to look beyond something, the regular nitty-gritties of life. We have to look beyond everybody, including
Absolutely.
me.
Absolutely, I so agree with that, Kalyani. And with this beautiful thought, we can close on the session, because this is such a beautiful takeaway. I think it's a hashtag goal for all of us, to read at least, one or two. Make your own target कि इस lockdown को आप कैसे use करना चाहते हो, to skill
Yeah.
yourself, or to fill yourself with knowledge, because like we just saw that it is the best investment, जिसका interest बहुत गुना होता है.
बहुत
So,
होता
thank you once again from the entire team of Skill Connect, Kalyani. This has
है.
been
Thank
such
you.
a beautiful session, filled with insights and so much of learning from your inspirational journey. So, a big, big thank you. and हम तो मिलते रहने वाले हैं. But
Yes.
for everyone else who want to be connected with Kalyani, I will be leaving her handles, and you can get in touch with her there. So
Sure.
thank you once again. Thank you,
Thank
viewers.
you. Thank you, everybody.